Sergeant Verlet is a walking corpse, but that parasite turned him into an ungodly weapon. And I'll be damned if we don't use him against our enemies.
Hey, I'm sitting right here.
My name's Nathan Fouts. I'm from Mommy's Best Games, and my new game is called Chainstaff. Chainstaff is a run and gun with a transforming grappling hook. It's an action platformer. It's not a Metroidvania, but it's got level-based exploration and branching. So if you like Mega Man X, or if you like Contra or Bionic Commando, this is the game for you. It has really crazy monsters, and all the levels are unique with all kinds of unique monsters and challenges in it.
Awesome. Talk to me a little bit about the music, Nathan. The soundtrack was kind of slamming, so tell me where that influence comes from.
So the game's art aesthetic and the music are inspired by the 70s and 80s. So the art itself comes from like album covers or book covers, and so the music needed to fit as well. So we're going with basically late 80s classic rock, which is it would be heavy metal, but now it's almost like classic rock. So that includes like Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, Black Sabbath. A lot of influences in there, some Jethro Tull, Heart, and we wanted to feature lots of different guitar work, awesome drums, and then we're also going to have probably maybe a flute solo, saxophone, some, I like the experimentation in the instruments in the 70s. And Dion Van Heerden, he was the composer for Broforce.
Okay,
and he's composing the game for Chainstaff.
Very cool, very cool. That makes sense, actually. I can kind of hear...
It's rocking.
Yeah.
Broforce is rocking. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, very cool. I noticed part along the way that the Chainstaff can be upgraded and potentially increase in size. How many levels to the Chainstaff can we expect to see, and how does that affect gameplay?
So it's probably going to be 10 levels in the game, and they're all pretty long,
okay.
But you can get your head around them. They don't need a map. And you get to do a little bit of exploration, and in each 10 levels, there's 4 fragments of the Chainstaff.
Okay.
If you get 4 fragments, you get a new segment. So you get to make 10, you start with 10 segments of the Chainstaff, and you get to add 10 more.
Awesome.
You get to double the length of this crazy thing,
Wow.
and the grappling is like insane afterwards. It's really silly and wild, and you get to make the spear bigger. So if you go, completionist mode, you can explore and find all the fragments.
Wow. I noticed that the staff itself can be used for not only traversal, combat. I also used it, I don't know if I was supposed to, but for some defensive opportunities as well. How important was it to you guys to make sure that the staff was used in all parts of the game and not just as a weapon, let's say?
It's constant. I think about it all the time when I'm designing. Basically, I try to make sure there's a lot of different interesting things the player can do. So for each enemy I make, I try to make it as a way the player can, if they want, use the Chainstaff. You can basically run and gun the whole game, but I wanted to try to make it 50-50.
Right.
So that it's not only a shooting game, and it's not only this melee game with the Chainstaff. Right. You can have a lot of options. And the way you use the Chainstaff is it sounds complicated, but it's just down to one button. And so we kind of teach you how to swing and spear things, but then also make a bridge or a shield. But I don't say, oh, press the Y button for shield.
Right.
It just is the Chainstaff.
Right.
And once you understand how to use it, then you can think of how to use it.
Right. Can we expect any other weapons other than the main gun that we start off the game with in this demo?
So there's 2 different tech trees in the game.
Okay.
If you go down the alien side, you can power up your main gun. Okay. If you ally yourself with the humans, you get a whole different set of weapons.
Oh, wow.
In addition to your main gun.
Okay.
So the humans are more crafty and the aliens are more about power.
Okay. So this character that we're playing as, is he some kind of hybrid? Is he part human, part alien? How did he become that way?
Yeah. It's a cool story. You guys should check it out. The story's in the game, but we'll probably do a story trailer as well.
Okay.
But basically, you are a human soldier that got taken over by an alien. And so a big question in the game is, are you still alive? Is the alien in control of you? Can you be saved? And there's it's a fun story that expands over the 10 levels of the game.
That's awesome. And it sounds like that sort of power struggle between the alien entity and the human side of him is sort of like a main component of the upgrade system.
Yes, it's in the upgrade system whether or not you decide to be evil as the alien and eat people,
right,
or you're going to be good and save the soldiers.
Very cool, very cool. Do we have an expected date? I know that's the question that nobody likes.
No, so we're hoping for next year in
Okay.
2025.
Okay.
And currently it's out on Steam. It's
Okay.
not out on Steam. Sorry. It's you can wish list it on Steam.
Okay.
And we're working on console versions too.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Last question. A lot of the people that I have the podcast with were physical collectors.
Yeah.
Any plans for a physical edition in the future?
Definitely some plans. Some might say schemes. We're wanting to do some physical elements to the game for sure. Well, love merch.
Awesome. Well, if there's a collector's edition where I get to actually have a version of that Chainstaff, I'd love that.
We'll send you the 3D printed file.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
How do you feel, son?
Like I got a big alien bug on my head, sir.